aware of the important role that the natural resource sector plays in our economy. And nothing drives me more crazy than when I see people chaining themselves to trees in British Columbia and protesting all over pipeline development and natural resource developments in this country. But I don't see them protesting up and down the St. Lawrence as tankers full of foreign oil from Saudi Arabia, Venezuela come into this country. Kevin, with all due respect, you haven't committed to winning a seat. You've made statements like it's your way or the highway. You haven't committed to putting your full time into this. Being leader of the Conservative Party is not a part-time job. Would you hire someone, would you invest in someone who came and pitched you and said you're only going to do it half-time, you're going to keep all your other enterprises? We need to rebuild this party. We need to regain the trust of Canadians. That is a full-time job. We need 100% commitment from our leader. The question was about First Nations participation in this, and this is so integral because we need to convince Canadians and First Nations. I've got 12 reserves in my riding that the answer to First Nations issues does not come by adding more zeros to the checks from Ottawa. It has to come from the private sector. It has to come from economic development. Kevin O'Leary has said that he's against a carbon tax, but in an interview, he said that any business owner, anybody who worked for a company that didn't reduce emissions, he would put in jail. So your choice is a Justin Trudeau carbon tax or a Kevin O'Leary carbon jail. I'm against both of them. Now, all the leadership candidates you heard from today, we're all conservative. Most of us are conservative. So there's not going to be a lot that we disagree on. There are a few issues that may separate us. I think that it's very important that we have a leader that can take our rock-solid conservative principles and reach a broader audience in the next election. That's what was missing. It wasn't our policies that cost us the last election. I didn't get anybody chasing me off their lawn because they were really upset that we balanced the budget. I didn't get any fish shaking at me because we had a strong and principled foreign policy that stood up for our allies around the world. But there is definitely something preventing a broader audience of Canadians from voting for our party. That's what I can do for this party. I can take our rock-solid conservative policies, articulate it in a positive way that will resonate with more Canadians. Et c'est très important que le prochain chef doit être capable de parler avec les Canadiens et Canadiennes dans les deux langues officielles. Je suis fier d'avoir l'appui de 4 députés
to be enjoying the support of 4 Quebec MPs on my team. That is very important.
What you're choosing in the next leadership of this party is who you want to see on stage with Justin Trudeau, debating these issues and making the case for conservative principles. I wish I was on stage for the question about the social issues and how we can address some of those things that Canadians care about. Because, in fact, it is conservative policies that do more for the poor and disadvantaged. Conservative policies that create prosperity to lift people out of poverty. There is more to society than government. And the answers that you've heard on stage where people are talking about, managing the economy by, twisting levers and pulling and pressing on buttons, that's false. The best way to grow the economy and increase prosperity is for government to get out of the way, let free people make free decisions. We will all prosper when we do that. I'm asking for your support.